Hey, I'm Benjamin Jeffrey. I'm from Team Stack. I top 32 at YCS Sydney. It's a bit late for the deck profile. I was sick at the time, then we did one a week later. It got corrupted. Now we're finally doing it. So let's jump into it. I played Harpie Lady, so free Channeler, 2 Dancer. I only played 2. Free Harpie Lady 1, free Queen. I only played the 2 Dancer because it only really does a lot with the field spell, and instead I dropped it just to fit Thunder King, which you'll see in a bit. Lady 1, but it gives you the boost of the field, makes your swarms stronger. Cyber Harpie Lady is still a good choice, so long as you're not running any of the other ones, you should be fine. 1 Pet Dragon makes rank 7s, rank 7s are good. 1 Tempest makes rank 7s, rank 7s are good. It empties your grave a bit for party, but your Chidoris are wind, your Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosack is wind, your other Pet Dragons wind. You got plenty of wins to banish for it, plus it's a Dragon Ruler are good. Summon a Monk, discard Sign, discarding Sign is good. Summons Channeler from the deck, so it's one of the few ways to search Channeler other than your Hysteric Sign. It's a good card. It pushes your Swarm to like 3 per turn instead of 2 per turn, and then you got the Thunder King. Good card is good. 2 Effect Veilers are good. And 1 Zephyros. Zephyros is a very good card in this deck. Your Swarm card is continuous. So you can bounce it with this and then swarm again the next turn. It can bounce Phoenix Chains, which are a good card. Again, I bounce my field spell to play a different field spell because I've played both Divine Wind and Harpie's Hunting Ground, so I don't have to kill my own field spell. And unless you put out rank 4s easily, rank 4s are good. For Hysteric Sign, because Hysteric Sign is good. If you don't play it, you don't play Harpies. Egotist, because you need 1 to use with Hysteric Sign. 2 Hunting Ground, just because my local meta had a lot of Mermails, and you don't really need it against Mermails. I side the 3rd. I'd probably have put 1 in if I'd known, like in advance, that it was all going to be 5-fisting, but I didn't play Mermails once at YCS Sydney. Instead of a 3rd, I put in a single MST instead of siding that MST.
Whose idea was it?
That was Liam's idea.
Yeah.
Divine Wind of Mist Valley. 1, it's a little inconsistent. If you draw it, it's good. If you don't, it doesn't really hurt you. Some people just put in extra traps in the space. I think it's still good. You get a free monster every turn. 2 if you use Tempest during your enemy's turn to get 1. 2 Forbidden Lance. Our deck kills all the back row, but the back row also kills us, since our normal summon is very important, and they can chain Bottomless or Torrential to our Hunting Ground. Lance helps you protect your summon, put out more monsters, put more back row. Book of Moon, a lot of people think it's stable. I was a little underwhelmed with it at the time. I think I might drop it for another trap. But it's also being a spell gives you an extra summon among target at the very least. Plus, it's still a very versatile card. That's it for the spells. Traps, double party, double hats. You can run free of either. I know the other top 32 builds ran free of both. Party, you'd never really want to draw multiples of at the same time. You can discard 1 for the other one, so it's never really dead if you draw 2, but it's a lot subpar compared to discarding a Harpie for it, or potentially a Hysteric Sign, or a Zephyros, or a Tempest. It's just subpar drawing multiples of them early, so I figured I'd try with 2. Magical Hats, it's a bit gimmicky, but it kills Sign from the deck. If you don't know how it works, I'll explain it just at the end of this. Solemn Warning, best trap. Well, I reckon it's the 2nd best trap in the game after Bottomless. Either way, they're the 2 best traps in this format. You run both of them if you run purple cards. Compulse, very good card. It's at 1 for a reason. Finish Chain, very good card. I bounce it with Zephyros for extra effects. Plus, it's very good against 5-fists and stuff like that. Phoenix Wind Windblast, very versatile card, and I can discard any of my Harpies to revive with Party. I can discard my Sign, I can discard my Zephyros, I can discard my Tempest. It's a very good card. I only run 1 because I've got a lot of other discard cards, and I don't really have too much. And then just 1 Mirror Force because it's Mirror Force. If you don't know how Magical Hats works, pretty much it takes 2 spell traps cards from your deck, which is usually going to be Hysteric Sign, then 1 of anything else, usually Egotist because you get it back from the graveyard. You put them on the field with your monster, shuffle them so your opponent doesn't know which is which. Then at the end of the battle phase, they die. So pretty much, it's very gimmicky, but you use it to put Sign from the deck to the field, from the field to the graveyard, so you get Sign's Search and you go like +3. Very good card. That's it for my main deck. It's at 41. I wanted to get it to 40, but after adding Thunder King at the last minute, there was just nothing that I wanted to drop, and Being at 41 I don't think really is too big a problem so long as you don't rely on like one card, like rekindling in levels and stuff like that. My extra deck, Master of Blades, Big Eye, Drakazak, Guy Charger. They're the rank 7s. Rank 7s are good. Guy Charger isn't 100% necessary, but my extra deck's pretty, like, I got extra space in it, and it's piercing the game, plus I do side Mind Control that I'll get to in a bit. 2 Chidori, you can run free. Only one time during the entire day did I think, wow, I need a 3rd Chidori, and I managed to win that game anyway. It just takes up space as a 3rd. You can definitely run it, but I just chose to run 2. 1 Zerafine, very good card. These 2 are one of the reasons Harpies are so good, because they're 2 very good Xyz monsters that no other deck can run, really. I mean, Black Wings can run that guy, but pretty much that's it. Maestroke is Maestroke. Cowboy is Cowboy. Abyss Dweller is Abyss Dweller. They're pretty much staple rank 4s. If you don't run them, you're not running a rank 4 deck. Queen Dragoon, it revives Pet Dragon from the graveyard, so I can go Hysteric Party to get out of my Harpies, then make a rank 7 by reviving Pet Dragons without needing a Tempest. You can also go that guy with a Tempest to get out of rank 7 basically for free. Level Chain dumps Tempest for a recurrent beatstick, dumps Zephyros to bounce whatever you want. You can go Party for 5, 2 of them make a Lavalvo, Lavalvo dumps Zephyros, you then overlay your other ones and get Party back straight away. These 3 are very situational, but I had free space open in. It was all laggy as there because I started DNA surgery, and it stops decks out to DNA surgery. Like, if you put out DNA vs. Bullshins, they go to MSTU, you're laggy to stop it. You don't really need to run it. If you've got an empty space, it's pretty cool. Master Key Beetle, I've got Summoner Monk, and it's not so much for game 1, but in game 2 and 3, it protects my Floodgate cards, like DNA or Light Imprisoned Mirror, which can be very, very damaging. It also protects Party, which is cool. And Masquerade, a lot of people don't know what this is, because it requires 3 materials for an okay effect. During the battle phase, if they activate an effect, you can negate it. That's it. It stops. I didn't use it at all at YCS Sydney, but I used it a lot in the last format. And after YCS Sydney, I'd probably drop this when Legacy of the Valiant comes out. Because I, just didn't use it. No, people aren't running Swift Scarecrows or Battle Faders anymore, and that's mainly what it's there to stop, to OTK through those cards. So that's my 15 card extra. Onto my side. 2 Banisher for Radiance. Harpies need their cards in the graveyard, but if you have Banisher out, you just don't play your other Harpies, and it lets you pretty much rape Mermails straight up. Unless they draw into like one of their Pike or Turge and then attack over it. But you've got traps to stop that. Max C is Max C. It's good for swarm decks like Mermails, because, like I said, my locals is very full of Mermails, so I was expecting more of that at YCS Sydney, which is also why I run a D-Fissure and a Soul Drain. They also have good uses against other decks, Dark Worlds, Vikings, a lot of useful decks that these are good against, and Max C is just a very general card, so they didn't really let me down the whole day, even though I didn't play against Mermails. 1 MST because and 1 Hunting Ground because I main 1 of that, 2 of that, so then I have 3 of that, 2 of that between the 2. You know, I don't really feel like I need the 3rd MST. I might add in if people start running like Skill Drain. I played at the end of the day, but the guy didn't know how it worked with Hunting Ground and the Harpies. Otherwise, I would have been screwed. Mind Control, it's Verth against Stellars. They put out a Pleiades, you Mind Control Pleiades. You get to bounce 1 of their cards and then put a Guard Dragon on top, unless they, you know, use the Pleiades on themselves to stop that, in which case you still got rid of Pleiades. It's also useful against any rank 5 or 6 deck, because I have Guy Charger, or just against any rank 4 deck, I take a level 4 monster on overlay. Very good card. I didn't main it because it's not good against Prophecy or Mermails, which are 2 of the bigger decks at the time. 2 DNA Surgery, Bullshins, Prophecy, Noble Knights, which aren't very popular, but yeah, people play them. Light Imprisoned Mirror for Hieratics and for Constellars. Constellars are quite a tough matchup for this deck since we're so reliant on the normal summon. So having that in there as well as the Mind Control gives me a bit more stuff. And then double Overworked for Vikings or for a mirror match. That's pretty much it. A few changes I might make. I'd drop that guy. I didn't use him at all. I'd probably drop Guy Charger and add in a Still Swarm Roach for Hieratics, as well as there's the new guys coming out in Legacy, which are out now, but I didn't have them at the time. My main deck, I think it was pretty solid. I might drop... I kind of want to fit Icarus attack in. Might drop Book of Moon for that or something, but... overall, I made it to top 32, so it can't be too bad. And that's it. So, like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll get more deck profiles and duels. See ya.